Welcome to Yumemakura Kodan with Kyokuto Nanshun. Here there is a comfortable and fluffy dream pillow for you to rest your weary head while you listen to some relaxing Kodan tales. Tonight's tale is about the struggle of two brothers as they try to unite Japan. It does get sad at one point, but don't worry, it all turns out right in the end. So sit back, close your eyes, and relax to tonight's Kodan tale, Tales from the Kojiki, the Expedition East. At Takachihonomiya in Kyushu, 4 princes related to the sun deity Amaterasu-Omikami are born. The 4 brothers of the sun are Itsuse no Mikoto, Yuarebiko no Mikoto, Inai no Mikoto, and Mikeiri no Mikoto. But in tonight's story, we are only interested in the first 2 brothers, Itsuse and Yuarebiko. According to the Kojiki, our story begins in 667 BC. One day, Itsuse says to his younger brother, Yuarebiko, "We have built a strong government here in Kyushu, but I think we should expand our kingdom. Where should we go?" "We should go east. Let's go as far east as we can." Yuarebiko agrees, and they get ready to leave. At Takachihonomiya, they say goodbye to their brothers Inai and Mikeiri and start off. From Takachihonomiya, they go north for Tsukushi, then they go to Usa, then Ashi, Totsuwa, Gari no Miya, and then to Okara no Miya. They then sail off through the Seito Inland Sea. They stop at Takeri no Miya and Takashima no Miya. They are always welcomed as guests and given support to their quest. However, when they leave Takashima no Miya, in the Akashi Strait, what do they find but a man riding in a turtle shell, and using the sleeves of his kimono, he flaps through the waves. Thinking this man is very strange, Itsuse calls out, "Who are you? Are you Urashima Taro?" "No, I am a fisherman from around here." "Do you know this area well?" "Like the back of my hand, I do." "Would you help guide us east?" "Well, sure, I can do that." And so the warriors from the ship put out a long oar and pull up the man, turtle shell and all. Itsuse, "So, what do we call you?" "I have no name, sir." "No name? Then we shall name you." "Thank you, sir, but please, not Urashima Taro." "Oh, then we shall name you Saonetsu Hiko." Saonetsu means pulled by oar. It's a very fitting name. And so Saonetsu Hiko sits at the front of the ship and guides it through the sea. As they sail on, Saonetsu Hiko's sleeves flap in the wind, and the water throws the ship of the sun up and down, left and right. Itsuse is worried. "What's happening?" "What, this? Oh, this is normal, no problem." Saonetsu Hiko points on, and the ship glides through the waters until they are calm again. When the ship arrives at Tatetsu in Kawachi no Kuni, Itsuse and Yuarebiko get off. "Look there, Yuarebiko. We must get over that mountain range. See the sun rising there? That is our road." But just as the army starts to climb the mountain, from the top another army appears. Leading this army is a very tall man covered head to toe in armor. He carries a bow, his sword made of steel. He rides atop a horse. This is Tobi no Nagasune Biko. "Who goes there?" "We are the children of the sun. We have come from the west. We wish to conquer the east. Will you join us and let us pass? Otherwise, we will fight you." There is no answer. Instead, from the mountain top, a cloud appears. The cloud hovers there for a moment, then turns into thousands of arrows that rain down onto the army of the sun below. "We are attacked!" A battle has begun. Nagasune Biko's army is a large tsunami crashing down. Steel swords clang, 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 and the sound of whizzing arrows fly, shoot, 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 overhead. This surprises Yuarebiko. "Why is this happening? The sun had just shown us our way." Just then Nagasune Biko, skilled with his bow, pulls back, aims at the brothers, and shoots his arrow. Yuare Biko looks in horror as the arrow hits his brother Itsuse. "Oh, I am hit. Itsuse, we must retreat. Retreat! Back to the ship!" They board the ship and quickly sail away. On the ship, Yuare Biko takes care of his older brother. "Itsuse, are you okay?" "Yuare Biko, why did I not see it? We, the children of the sun deity, we fought facing the sun. We should have faced our enemy with our backs to the sun. We would not have lost. But the sun was showing us our road. No, that was wrong. We cannot go against the sun. The sun should always support us. Promise me, you will always have the sun at your back." "Yes, I promise." The ship sails south. Itsuse's wound is cleaned and bandaged, but his health starts to fade, until finally at Onominato in Kinokuni, Itsuse collapses. "Yuare Biko, how is it that I go like this?" Itsuse looks up at the bright sun in the sky, and it is here that he passes away. From now on, Yuare Biko has to go it alone. The ship of the sun sails quietly around Kinokuni. They finally arrive on the shores of Kumano. Yuare Biko and his army walk through the forest. At the bottom of Kumano Mountain in the shadow, a dark figure moves. It growls. Men, stay sharp. Danger may not be far behind. Then, a large bear slowly appears. He roars. His breath is a poison that spreads through the forest. One by one, the warriors of the sun and Yuare Biko fall from the poisoned air. Yuare Biko starts to lose consciousness, but then, child of the sun, wake up. I feel like I've slept for forever. Who are you? I am Takakuraji. Here, take this sword. Yuare Biko takes the sword held by Takakuraji and in a ball of light unsheathes it and holds it aloft. The poisonous bear is consumed in the light and disappears. With the spell broken, the soldiers again rise to their feet. Yuare Biko says to Takakuraji, "How do you know me?" "I had a dream. I was visited by Amaterasu-Omikami, Takagi no Kami, and Takemikazuchi no Kami. They gave me a sword to pass on to you. It was this sword." Looking at the sword, it was a straight blade 9 shaku, or 2 meters in length. "Its name is Sashifutsu no Kami, Mikafutsu no Kami, or Futsu no Mitama. It will protect you with the power of heaven. I will guard it well. To tell you the truth, I have also had a dream. Takagi no Kami also came to me and told me not to go any further. The road is very dangerous ahead. I would listen to his advice. I must continue on. I am on a mission to establish a government and bring peace to Japan. I told him so, and so Takagi no Kami sent to me a guide." A guide? That must be him now. Flying above their heads was a black raven. "He is the Yatagarasu. He will guide you through the safer parts of the forest. Child of the sun, do be careful, and good luck on your quest." And with a caw, the Yatagarasu flies up and soars ahead of Yuare Biko and his men. "Men, follow the raven." And so Yuare Biko and his men follow the raven as it soars through the sky. They start to climb up into the mountains ahead towards Yoshino. In the mountains, the army arrives at a river. At the river, a man is fishing there. As the Yatagarasu flies overhead, it gives out a call. Yuare Biko understands it is safe. He goes to the man. "Who are you?" "Child of the sun, I've been waiting for you. I am a fisherman from a nearby village. My name is Niemoto no Ko." "Do you know me?" "Yes, Amaterasu-Omikami told me that you were coming, and now that you are here, I will offer a fish to her so that she knows you are safe." "Thank you." After the offering, Yuare Biko and his men march on. Just a bit further, the Yatagarasu again, "Go!" Yuarabiko sees another man in the woods near a lake.
Who are you? I am a hunter in these woods. My name is Hika. What do you hunt here? Oh, well, there is deer and wild boar mostly. Wait, you are the child of the sun, aren't you? My apologies. No problem. Here, please allow me to offer this deer I just caught to let Amaterasu-Omikami know that you are safe. Thank you.
After the offering, the army moves on again, and they enter the mountains of Yoshino, when suddenly in front of them, rumble, 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 as two large boulders are pushed apart and a large man steps through them.
So it is you. Who are you? I heard of your coming. I am Iwawoshiwaku no Ko. I have come to welcome you. Here, the water that flows between rocks is very delicious. Thank you. I am thirsty. Is it okay if my men drink as well? Yes, there is plenty for all.
When Yuarabiko bends down to take a drink, he notices something.
Excuse me, but do you have a tail? Yes. It's very cute, don't you think so?
Iwawoshiwaku no Ko wiggles his fluffy deer tail. As the army rests at the Gorokoro water, the Yatagarasu continues to fly on ahead. But the forest is not all that safe. As the Yatagarasu flies over the village of Uda, an angry man comes out of his hut. His name is Eokashi.
You are not bringing those people here.
He pulls back an arrow on his bow, but then his younger brother Otookashi tries to stop him.
Please, brother, don't.
But the arrow is shot. Shoo! It flies past the Yatagarasu, scaring it away.
Do not touch me again. Brother, we should join them. There are too few people in this village to fight against them. Please listen to reason.
You are an idiot to think that I will join them. No. I have a cunning plan to get rid of all of them.
What will you do? Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm going to build a large trap in the banquet hall. Once everyone is inside and they let their guard down with food and drink, I will trip the wire, and a ceiling full of spikes will fall on top of them. No, brother, please.
But Eokashi ignores his brother. He starts work on the banquet hall. Otookashi, feeling very nervous, sneaks out into the forest in search of Yuarabiko. A short distance away, Otookashi finds the army of the sun. The guards see Otookashi and stop him.
Who goes there?
Please, I wish to speak with the child of the sun. I have a warning to give to him.
I will take you to him.
Yuarabiko meets with Otookashi. After hearing Otookashi's message, Yuarabiko.
What a fool. We may have to teach Eokashi how to be a good host.
At Uda village, Eokashi has finished preparing his cunning plan when the army of the sun arrives. Just in time. Welcome, travelers. Welcome to Uda. I am Eokashi. We have been waiting for you. You must be tired. Please, come this way. The warriors follow Eokashi to the banquet hall. He stands beside the door. Please, as is my custom, guests enter first.
No, please. It is our custom to be let in by our host. You go first.
Eokashi does not notice until now, but the warriors of the sun surround Eokashi and point their arrows at him. Eokashi backs up to the door, he trips and falls inside. Click, clink, 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 clink. Boom. Eokashi is no more. Afterwards, Otookashi says to Yuarabiko, I deeply apologize for the hospitality of my older brother. Please allow me to give you food and drink.
I thank you for your offer, but my men are also hungry and thirsty. I would like to share with them.
And so the army enjoyed the hospitality of Otookashi. The men started to eat and drink, but Otookashi was still nervous.
Child of the sun, I must warn you about the road ahead. What is it? There is a place where the clan of the ground spider lives. They have set traps along the road down the mountain. What kind of traps? They hide inside the gaps of rocks and boulders, and they wait to attack travelers. Like a ground spider, they jump out and catch their prey. How many are there? About 80 of them. Do be careful. They are very dangerous. But Yuaribiko already has a plan. He quietly talks with his warriors about the road ahead. And so the army of the sun leaves Uda. They climb down the mountains and arrive in a place called the Hill of Ninjas. There the road falls in between walls of rocks and boulders. Yuaribiko knows this must be the place. He signals to his men, then, "Ground spider, come out. We have prepared food for you. You must be hungry." When he says this, the cracks in between the boulders begin to move, and the warriors of the ground spider slowly come out. "Come here. We have some very tasty food for you here. We also have some wonderful drink. Come and sit with us. Let's enjoy each other's company." 80 men come out of the rocks and sit down. 80 warriors of the sun serve them food and drink. When the ground spider warriors start to relax, Yuaribiko whispers to his men, "As entertainment, I will sing to the ground spider. When the final verse is sung, we'll send them off." And so the party continues. Yuaribiko starts to sing, with the warriors of the sun singing and dancing along. At the last verse, the warriors twirl around the ground spider, and the ground spider is quietly defeated. After this, Yuaribiko goes to Yamato no Kuni to get support for his government. He welcomes the people who support him and defeats those who oppose him, until there is only one enemy left, Tobi no Nagasunebiko. Nagasunebiko's army faces the army of the sun once again. In this moment, Yuaribiko remembers, "The sun is not my enemy. It shall be behind me." He checks behind him to see the sun shining brightly in the sky. "Attack!" The armies crash together. Just as before, Nagasunebiko's warriors are strong and ruthless, but the warriors of the sun are strengthened by the sun and push the enemy back. Yuaribiko searches for Nagasunebiko on the battlefield and sees him spotlighted by the sun. Yuaribiko pulls out the arrow that killed his brother. He pulls it back and aims it at his brother's murderer. "With this arrow, I avenge my brother's death. Fly straight and true." And with that, the arrow shoots through the air, and straight as the sun's ray, it hits Nagasunebiko. Nagasunebiko is finally defeated. After this, all in Yamato no Kuni are satisfied. Yuaribiko sets up a new palace in Kashiwara no Miya. His new government brings peace to Japan. On February 11th, 660 BC, he is finally crowned the first emperor of Japan, Emperor Jimmu. This was Tales from the Kojiki, the expedition east. Now, rest on your dream pillow as peacefully as the Emperor Jimmu, or listen to another relaxing Kodan tale. Should you need your dream pillow again to rest your weary head, you can always find it here at Yumemakura Kodan with Yokudo Nanshin. では、おやすみなさい。